Well, good morning, good morning. We are up on Facebook. That means we're up on YouTube. Here's the coffee. Here's the coffee. Here's the Casper. Come on up. There's the Casper boy. Okay. Let me know where you are, where you're checking in from. YouTube is up. Facebook is up. Sound is working. We're in business this morning. Good morning, good morning. We're going to gong ourselves in at 8:30. Minute and a half to go. Let me know where you are. Well, from Albuquerque, nice to see you, Deborah. Good morning. Good morning, Dave from Boise. Loretta from Boise. Nice to see you. Missy Grant from North Carolina. All right. Everybody's checking in. Yay, yay, yay. We're all over the map already. All right. There's a Casper doggy. Got a new collar. You can see his nice fancy Christmas collar. But it's a year. Mark, good morning from Atascadero. Merry Christmas to you, too. Connor and Mark and Kai, good to see everybody. Got the whole fam there. All right. All righty. Good morning, good morning. About another minute to go. We're going to gong ourselves in. We're glad you're here this morning. We'll see where our wisdom is going to take us, because we all have this powerful wisdom within us. And we're going to use it creatively in this very day, hey? Because that's how we roll. Good morning, good morning. Let me know where you are, where you're checking in from. We're glad you're here. And there's the 8:30. We're going to gong ourselves in for the beginning of Coffee with Casper. Let's everybody take a big, deep breath in. We're going to take a big, deep breath in, and we're going to let out that sound, ah. Then as we let out that sound, we're going to check into our body and relax the body. Here we go. One big deep breath in. Relaxing the shoulders. And knowing that that tone is symbolizing that we're sending out a vibration. That vibration is returning to us as our experience. Here we go. One more deep breath in. Let that energy rise up into your heart center. And we're gathering from Arizona. Good morning, Reginald from Arizona. We are glad you are here. Good to see everybody this morning. Everybody's checking in from all over the place, and we are glad you are here. Well, today is 12/12. 12/12. Interesting, 12/12. We had 11/11, 12/12. We're in kind of a powerful transformation as we're approaching the solstice and all of these celebrations of light. You may have seen a post that I wrote a number of years ago. I just put it up again this week to share it. And it's really about all of these holidays. It says Thanksgiving is about recognizing our blessings and appreciating all the things for which we are grateful. And we know that that gratitude is a way of attracting more of that which we appreciate. Hanukkah celebrates the faith that keeps light when darkness seems inevitable. The winter solstice rejoices in the light emerging from the dark. Christmas honors the birth of a new possibility in the human experience. Kwanzaa celebrates community, unity, and diversity. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day invite us to acknowledge and release the past while preparing for a brilliant new future. So these are the holy days that we are in. So I think I shared with you a couple of weeks ago this wonderful quote from Robert Browning, the English philosopher who's no longer with us, a century or so ago. There is an inmost center in us all, where truth abides in fullness. An innermost center within us all, where truth abides in fullness. And to know, rather consists in opening out a way where the imprisoned splendor may escape, than in effecting an entry for a supposed light from without. So this whole season of bringing light into the world, celebrating light, celebrating the birth of possibilities, celebrating the birth of the awakened soul, celebrating the birth of light in the midst of the darkness. This is where we are headed. We're heading to the 21st, a very powerful time. And of course, right now we're in Hanukkah, and we've had Thanksgiving, and here comes the solstice, and then comes Christmas, and then New Year's, and all of these celebrations are about really taking that holy breath. Good morning from Palm Desert. Good morning from Oklahoma. Very good. Good morning, Lorraine from Saskatchewan, Canada. I hope we're pronouncing that's right. But we're glad you're here, Lorraine. Good to see you. So there was a book, one of the very first New Thought books that ever sold more than 1 million copies, was written in the, I believe, the early 1900s, and it was written by an English gentleman named Ralph Waldo Trine, which goes to show you that this idea that was escaping, beginning in the late 1800s with Emerson and Whitman and Thoreau and all of those transcendentalists, and you and I would certainly consider ourselves transcendentalists, because the whole idea is to release the imprisoned splendor. It's not bringing something from without, it's something that's already planted within us. This complete splendor of the soul. The wonderful line that we've shared over and over again from Meister Eckhart from the 12th century is the soul has two faces. One is gazing at the glory of God, the other is directing the senses. And that part of our soul that is directing the senses is what the psalmist called the still small voice. What's happening in our time as we're ushering in the new era, the age of Aquarius, this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, we're releasing all of the miscreations of humanity, all of the eons ago fall from grace, where we decided to use the law of the circle for our own personal gains as if we had some kind of special dispensation in the law of the circle. Meaning that that which comes from us returns to us as our experience. That's also called, Ernest Holmes called it the law of mind. That it's not what you think you believe that's happening, it's the sum total of your conscious and subconscious beliefs. What you actually believe is returning to you as your experience. So here's a couple of quotes from Ralph Waldo Trine. He says, "Love is everything. It is the key to life, and its influences are those that move the world." Love is everything. It's the key to life, and its influences are those that move the world. Now, you and I are here gathered among people with similar vibrations. The reality is that everybody who watches Coffee with Casper, good morning from South Carolina, good to see you, Becky. The reality that we know that there's only one life, that energy and matter are equal and interchangeable, that the life force in me is the same as the life force in every living thing. And the I am that I am is the same power given to each and all. It's the light of that imprisoned splendor that is inside of us. And of course, if I have an imprisoned splendor, if there is splendor inside of me, good morning from San Clemente. Good to see you, Arlene. Arlen, all right. So it's not creating something, it's releasing it. And we say, well, how do I release it? Do you need to be a Christian, a Jew, a Muslim, a Hindu, a Buddhist, a Catholic? How do I release this in present splendor? The key is we were given the message thousands of years ago from a light worker who happened to have been Jewish, who created a religion that he'd never heard the name of. Right? This Yeshua ben Joseph, Jesus himself said, how do you do this? You ask, you seek, and you knock. So the thing that you're looking for, so let's say that you and I, let's pick a high goal. Begin with the end in mind. Remember Stephen Covey's 7 Laws of Success. Begin with the end in mind. And the end in mind is this wonderful affirmation that we've shared here before, and everybody's allowed to use it. It belongs to all people. I choose to comfortably live my life and fulfill my purpose. Now, Ernest Holmes said that a little differently. How do we comfortably live our lives and fulfill our purpose? The need for suffering, the need for disease, the need for war, the need for violence, the need for prejudice, none of those needs exist. What really exists is the opportunity to release this imprisoned splendor. The philosopher Ernest Holmes from the last century said it a little differently. He said we were born to have fun living, to constantly commune with the presence that is within and around us. Hey, from Sri Lanka, Dilip, I saw a nice picture of you this morning. I also saw somebody posted something, probably because of your connection, Dilip, that said your country is the most beautiful country to visit in Sri Lanka. and that it would take a month to explore the whole thing. So that's a great goal if you're an adventurer, to get down to see Dilip in Sri Lanka. He'd love that. So anyway, we want to release this. I came from the light. I came from the light. I was honored to be able to put on a coat of skins, this multi-dimensional experience of being a human being. And St. Ignatius, the Catholic mystic, said the glory of God is a human being fully alive. Oh my God, these are the holy days. And what did St. Augustine say? God loves each of us as if there were only one of us. Meaning it's okay for you to put your attention on releasing the glory of your own soul into the world. And that's how we bring more light into the world. That's how we use this power of love to influence those things that move the world. You and I are the people who use the power of love to influence those things that move the world. And now we are in these holy days. And I always like the expression of holy, meaning to release, to make that which is whole known in the world, right? To make that which is whole experienced in my mind, in my body, and in all that is my experience. And we do this by seeking that number one goal. I came to comfortably live my life and fulfill my purpose. I did not just come to get and have and do and be and experience. I came to fulfill my purpose while doing all of those other things. Remember, the world of materialism, no one, there was an old expression in the 60s, late 60s, it says, what separates the men from the boys is the size of their toys. And the reality is no toys go with it. No bank account goes with us, no toys go with us. That's all here to be used, to be experienced, to be enjoyed. But there's no reason to grasp at material reality. You can't hold on to it. Nobody gets to take it with them. So we came to fulfill our purpose. So if we begin with the end in mind, and the end is I came with a purpose, and I choose to enjoy, to actually thrill in what it is to be a human being alive, and to grow every day through communing with that spirit. So we get, well, what are the spiritual tools for that? Well, I really like Dr. Holmes' very simple statement. Daily we meditate. Meditation is for the purpose of in-breathing spirit. And then we use our affirmative prayer, or what Dr. Holmes called spiritual mind treatment, only because he didn't want the word prayer to be confused with begging or asking or discovering whether or not you are worthy. You were born in the light, as the light, with the light. Your worthiness has already been established by the commingling of you and the divine, the Father, Mother, Creator of all, the giver of all life, has given consensus to you being here to contribute to awakening world. And that's what we're doing here, gathering on Coffee with Casper. Hi from San Diego. So I was born in the light, as the light, with the light. I came with a purpose. And then I entered into all of what Marlene Oakes, the wonderful Reverend Marlene Oakes, used to call the amnesia mist. I came into the amnesia mist and I forgot who and what I was. And I forgot that my only purpose is to release this imprisoned splendor, to discover the glory of the I am that I am as me, and to share that light in the world. Could you imagine that each one of us could begin to attune ourselves so directly with the infinite, and then use our affirmative prayer? Step 1 and step 2, the most powerful ideas I've ever known. God is all there is. Energy is all there is. I am that energy. Energy and matter are equal and interchangeable. All things are interrelated and interconnected, and therefore everything that moves through my consciousness, which is everything I think, everything I feel, everything I do, right? All of those things are creating the vibration that's going out from me, returning as my experience. So in these holy days, the key is for us to remember, I'm not just breathing. I'm being conscious that I'm taking a sacred breath. I'm taking a sacred and holy breath. I'm beginning to remember this is the day, according to the law of life. This is the day the law of life has given me, and I am making the choice to be rejoiced and glad in it. If there is pain in my body, I am making the choice to breathe in the healing light of the I am that I am, the light of the Christ, the Atman, the Buddha, and to allow it to move through every cell, every organ, every vein, every muscle, every sinew, to allow it to be in my every subatomic particle of my being, that the light of the One, the light of the Christ, the Atman, the Buddha, the light of the One, the one light is in me and as me and through me, and I can multiply it by means of my consciousness. Where I'm putting my attention, where my attention goes, my energy flows. So we now are asked as light workers in the world. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You're watching Coffee with Casper. We are a gathering of light workers, and all we ask is that if you're enjoying this broadcast in any way, if you get anything that touches you, anything that heals you, anything that inspires you, then share the video. Share it in your groups. Share it on LinkedIn, go to YouTube, like, follow, Facebook. We're just using technology to connect light workers on a regular basis to remind ourselves of that which we already know. That the glory of the I am that I am has been given unto me, and it is up to me to be the revealer of that truth in the world. To reveal the glory of the I am as my personal self, awakening in the world. And that awakening in my own journey is what's contributing to the transformation of humankind through love. Wow. Again, Ralph Waldo Trine says, a mind always hopeful, confident, courageous, and determined, and set on its purpose, and keeping itself to that purpose, attracts to itself, out of the elements, things and powers favorable to that purpose. So when we keep our mind set on my goal in life is to contribute to the consciousness of humanity and to be a place where that consciousness is moving out into the world through the vibrations of the I am that I am, through my personal disciplines, to stay on the affirmative side of life, to draw the light in me, through me, and to allow it to shine beyond me and touch and heal and uplift and bring more life into the world. You and I are those people. We are the right people at the right time, doing the right thing. But it's me that must use my own mentality, my conscious awareness, to transpose everything that seems less than the glory of the Most High, and be the avenue through which these challenges become solutions, which become opportunities, to be the area where I don't succumb to the race ideas of age and disease and the horrible race ideas of war and violence and prejudice. These things no longer no longer serve. They never really have served. But we are leading the way out. We are leading a path for humanity to find its way out by means of our own soul awakening, by means of being the place where Spirit is moving in me, and through me as a transformative force for the good. Now imagine if we took this affirmation that we've shared for years here on Coffee with Casper. Good and more good is mine. There's no limit to the good that is mine. Everywhere I go, I see this good. I feel it. It crowds itself against me and asks me to open up more, to be a vessel through which more light, more love, more joy, more wisdom, more peace, more poise, more balance, more of the holy days can move through me. And this is the season. We're coming into the darkest time of the year. We're going to bring forth more light. We're going to allow every tradition's contribution to the season to be a contribution to me. We're going to be a place where without borders, we are a place of divine love, a place of divine connection, a place of divine belonging, because the sacred is within me. It is about releasing the imprisoned splendor. Imagine releasing splendor as your goal. It's not finding anything outside of yourself, but trusting and knowing and knocking and seeking and asking again. Ask and ask again and go in that direction. If it doesn't open, knock again until the doors open, until the transformation begins to happen in us and through us and around us. And we're going up the spiral. And the more we go up the spiral, remember, it's like a cone. It's like a conch shell. It's getting bigger as we go up. How much we can continue, how much we can embrace, how much of the magic of the universe we can leverage on our own behalf, there is no limit to it. And we have to get out of the idea that we're being selfish, because that which is good that happens to you is good that happens to me. Your good is my good is your good. We're expanding that good and bringing it into life in a new way, bringing it without borders, without prejudice. We're just knowing that each and every one of us is the light of the Christ, the Atman, the Buddha, the glory of the Most High, and is that splendor. And we're holding everybody up to that place, knowing that we can all reach it, we can all knock on that door, and through our communion with the infinite, bring it into experience. We're born to have fun living, to consciously commune with the power that is within and around us, and to grow and expand forever. It has been my honor to be with you in this morning. We'll be back next week, one more week before the holidays, and then we'll see where we're going into the new year. But we're going to be here gathering on Coffee with Casper. We're going to be connecting. We're going to ask everybody to keep sharing. We're going to ask everybody to keep working on their divine self and releasing that divine potential into the world, in you and as you and through you in a new way. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You're watching Coffee with Casper. We'll be back next week. And until we meet again, I invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. We'll see you next week. Bye for now.